Welcome to another edition of Crafternoon. So I'm Jessica and today we're going to make puppets. So let's go over a few things that you may need. Our supply list. So tape or glue, preferably glue if you have it. A glue gun that makes those googly eyes go on much faster. A cup, some scissors, paper bag, pipe cleaners, some wooden dowels, a pencil, of course, googly eyes. Got some markers here, some Sharpies, and an X-Acto knife, and I'm going to use a cereal box today. It's also good to have some construction paper on hand, different colors. And today's Crafternoon was inspired by Making Puppets by Toby Reynolds. I'm going to go through a bunch of different kinds of puppets, and then we're going to talk about kind of some puppet tips. So I have not been very big on puppets until we stayed at home so much, and I think I got a little loony. So I have a puppet that I use in story time all the time from Folk Manus. I love those puppets. They're great. But you can also do it with things you have at home, so you can make up stories, because our whole summer reading program this year is Imagine Your Story. So this works perfectly. All right, so here's some things that you might need. So the first thing I'm going to show you how to do is a pop-up puppet. So what you're going to need is a wooden dowel, and I drew this mouse using a YouTube tutorial, and a cup. And basically, all we're going to do is I tape the mouse to the dowel, and then I'm going to use some scissors, and I'm going to cut a hole through. And then I'm going to stick the dowel in. Alright, so you can do a little song. So, Jack in the Box sits so still. Will he come out? Yes, I will. You could also do Pop Goes the Weasel. So dun 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 dun. Pop goes the weasel. Or in this case, the mouse, right? Sorry, mouse. You better be. Alright, so you think about other things you can do. You can do peekaboo. I see you hiding in your cup. Peekaboo. Peekaboo. I see you hiding in your cup. Peekaboo. And if you want, you can decorate this cup a little bit more. Maybe like it's the mouse's house, so you can start putting little, we'll put some clouds on it, or anything you want, really. So that's one kind of puppet, the pop-up puppet. And I'll post a link if you're interested in some of the really fun YouTube tutorials I've found. I am not a very good drawer, so the thought that I could do this, I was pretty proud. Okay, so that's one and done. And we're only 3 minutes in. Here you go, there's one. Okay, next up, a really quick and easy puppet is you're gonna need a pipe cleaner and googly eyes. Okay, so you're gonna take a pipe cleaner, put it in between your fingers for where it feels comfortable. I'd say that's pretty good for me. And then I'm going to wrap it around just once and twist it again. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to test it out. How does it feel? Okay. Alright, so it's a little uneven, so I'm going to cut it. Okay. And now all it needs is the eyes. So I'm going to take it off, safety first, and I'm going to use a glue gun. And I'm just going to glue the googly eyes on. And there we go. So just kind of give it a minute to let it dry so you don't burn yourself when you put it back on your finger. Let's move it around a little bit. This is Marvin. I just came with the name on the fly. You know, give what comes to you. So you can say, "Hello, Marvin," and then you have to give him a voice. So what kind of voice do you think Marvin would have? I'm gonna have like a little nasally one. Hello. Hello, everyone. Hello. How are you doing? I'm doing fine, I think. So one tip when you're talking to your puppet is make sure you're looking at them, because when you're looking at the puppet, that's giving your audience a cue to know to talk to him too, that he's important and worth paying attention to. That's right, I'm very important, I think. So think about what kind of personality he has based on his voice. And another tip I learned is to kind of like move with him a little bit like this when he's talking. It gives him a little bit more of a motion. So, and when you're talking, when you're using your hand to mimic what he's talking about, try to do it in syllables. So it's not, "Hello everyone, how are you?" It's, "Hello everybody, how are you doing? I'm doing fine today." So that's Marvin. Say goodbye, Marvin. Goodbye, everyone. Thing is you can graduate to a paper bag. So, I'm gonna make a paper bag cat. So you can feel free to glue on with some construction paper. So first, you should probably so his mouth is going to be right there. So this is his face, or her face. And then you can think about placement. Feel free to glue this. I just can't find my glue today. So I'm going to put some tape. It's going to be a little sloppy, but it'll do the trick. All right. Just going to glue gun some eyes on there. Eyes. And let's do some, think about whiskers. Fun fact about cat whiskers, they help a cat know if they can fit somewhere. So the whiskers are kind of like little detectors. So if they can't fit in there, the whiskers will tell them, basically. Kind of neat. I think it needs a third whisker. Just going to trim the whiskers a little bit. And then I'm going to take a Sharpie. Mittens? Meow. Feed me. Oh, hey, look, it's Malcolm. Malcolm, do you want to say hi to Mittens? This is very lifelike. Let's say hi. Meow. 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 Hi. How are you? Why don't you like me? He's not pleased. Nope. He'd rather just get up all up in my biz. So there's a easy paperback puppet. And here I am, just like this. So that's the way my hand is. So what can you do with a puppet? Like, what's there to do? Well, a puppet could tell a joke. They can introduce something. So maybe there's a topic you want to talk about, and you can have the puppet kind of express some feelings about the topic. And then you can use, you know, you as the mouthpiece of, you know, whatever else you want to say. So, you know, we could talk about like anger or something like that, and we could be like, I could be like, Mittens, what happens when you get angry? And she could go, I hiss like this. I'll be like, well, Mittens, maybe next time we should take a deep breath. Isn't that true? No. So thinking about some things your puppet can do and giving it a personality, if it's a puppet that's reoccurring in a lot of your videos, you might want to think about, you know, what its motivation is. What's your motivation, Mittens? Food and sleep? Alright, so that's paper bag puppets. Alright, so if you want to get a little fancier, we can do some ones out of a cereal box. So you're going to need an X-Acto for this one. So you can draw, you know, anything you want on here to complement. So I'm going to use this as the base. Excuse me, Malcolm. Excuse me, Malcolm. Thank you. Crafts and cats, everyone. Okay, so I think this is going to be a little less visually too much. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to find the largest set of eyeballs I have. Alright, oh, they're in here. There he is. All right, and then I think I'm gonna do some angry eyebrows. So far, so good. All right, now I'm gonna cut him a mouth. La 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 la. 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 La la. Last one, we're gonna do a finger puppet. So you can take a strip of paper and then just measure it around your finger. You can also use felt if you have felt. Wrap it around your finger. All right, and then think about, you know, what kind of animal you want to make. I think I'm gonna try to make a spider this time. A spider. fair is fair. They have to have 8 legs. How about some small googly eyes? All right, now we're gonna attach it to our little ring here for our finger. And ta-da! Hi, Itsy! How's it going? Or you could do something really comical because people are assuming it's going to be a real tiny voice, but you could do a, "Hey, what's up, man? How's it going? I'm an itsy bitsy spider." And then you can do a song. So, like, what song are we going to do? I don't know. Maybe the itsy bitsy spider and then the itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. Then the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. Hooray! Nice job, Itsy. Nice to see everyone today. Alright, so now that you have a few different puppets to choose from, you can start creating your story. So the first element of the story is the setting. So where does the story take place? So my story, for instance, is going to take place in the forest. And then you're going to talk about characters. So that's your puppets. So I have Henry the mouse right here. Hello! And then you can give him what's called a backstory. So Henry is a very organized mouse. He likes everything to be in its place, and he can't find his shoes. So for Henry, that's a big problem for him. So he's going to go around the forest to see if he can find his missing shoe. So that will be the problem, the conflict that is central to my story. And then, you know, he's going to come across some other woodland creatures, like Spidey the spider. What's up? And angry Marvin over here. La, 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 la. And he's going to ask, you know, if they've seen his shoe. And then the story can pretty much take it from there. So you can give, you know, Spidey a backstory. You know, maybe he's got his own problem he wants to solve. Maybe he's scared of mice, so they can try to work together and be friends. And the same thing with, you know, Marvin. Why is he so angry? Why does he sing all the time? You know, you can go with a whole nother different side story there. So that concludes my Crafternoon. I hope you guys had fun. Did you have fun, Henry? And next week we'll be doing toilet paper roll fireworks for 4th of July. So thanks for watching. No, don't do that. What are you doing? Don't eat the pipe cleaner. Hello.